Hi guys, and welcome to Premier Prediction Week 32. We come back off the international break, which we did okay against Germany. We came back from losing 2-0 to come back and win 3-2. I thought it was absolutely dreadful against Holland on Tuesday night and ended up losing 2-1. But now we're back to the serious stuff, which is the Premier League. And we start with the 12:45 kickoff, which is Aston Villa versus Chelsea. Just before the international break, I spoke with Dan, did a Google Hangout, and we talked about Aston Villa and where they go from here. We more or less agreed with each other that they're down now. They're more or less a championship side. Remy Gard has also quit the club, or sacked. I think he quit the club. So they're managerless again. And yeah, I think Chelsea's going to be too strong for them, to be honest. I think I've seen no fight from Aston Villa, all season, to be honest. Like I said, I think the fans have more or less accepted that they're relegated, that they're going down. I just think Chelsea's going to be too strong for them, even if it is at Villa Park. I'm going to go Aston Villa 0, Chelsea 2. Then we go to the 3 o'clock kickoffs, a relegation battle, if you like. We have Norwich versus Newcastle. Quite an interesting one, this one, because I feel that Aston Villa and Sunderland have been cemented. That they are definite relegation. I think that third place is still up for grabs, and I think it's out of Norwich and Newcastle. I do think that Newcastle will just about edge it and get away with it, so I think Norwich will go down. However, for tomorrow's game, I'm going to go for one of those tight but entertaining games. I'm going to go Norwich 1, Newcastle 1. Yeah, I mean, it's a very interesting game, that one to watch, isn't it? Especially if you're a Newcastle or Norwich fan. I mean, Norwich were thinking that they should be getting 3 points tomorrow, being against Newcastle and being at home. Newcastle, okay, yes, they are away from home, but they probably think they've got the better quality than Norwich. So it makes this game really interesting, and it's going to be quite entertaining too. So let's hope. Then we have West Ham versus Crystal Palace. We talked about Crystal Palace, completely gone down the pan since after Christmas, if you like. West Ham, on the other hand, have made a big statement. They said they're not going to settle for 4th place. They want to try and get into the third spot, and I think they're capable of doing it. West Ham are a very good side, and more than capable of getting third. It's a crazy league. So who knows? Again, I think that West Ham will edge it, being at home, and I think they're a lot stronger than Crystal Palace, to be honest. I do think Crystal Palace will make it hard for West Ham, but I think West Ham will edge it. I'm going to go West Ham 2, Crystal Palace 1. Then we have Bournemouth versus Manchester City. Manchester City have been absolutely dreadful, again, since after Christmas. Kind of like Arsenal as well. Just so poor. This Premier League is so poor. I just don't know what the hell's going. What's the matter with it? Obviously, if you're a Leicester or Spurs fan, and neutrals are loving the fact that Leicester are up there, and Leicester do deserve to be up there. But come on, guys, what is going on with this Premier League? Why is Manchester City, who spent 200 million, struggling, and they're 4th or 5th in the table? What? Okay, we do know about Arsenal, but because they didn't spend, but this was their best chance to win the Premier League, and they've won like 4 or 3 out of 14 games. It's ridiculous. Oh, I don't understand what's going on with this Premier League, guys. I really don't. I shouldn't really, because the form that Manchester City's been on, it's a joke. But I do think that Manchester City should have strong enough quality to beat Bournemouth, even if it is at Bournemouth. I'm going to go Bournemouth 0, Manchester City 2. I have no right to go for that, to be honest, but then we have Sunderland versus West Bromwich Albion. Again, I talked about Sunderland. I think they're dead and buried now, just like Aston Villa. Don't really think they've got a chance. I do think they played well against Newcastle, to be honest, just before the international break in the derby. But yeah, they just concede too many goals and they don't score enough for me. I don't think the Adam Johnson speculation and all that has helped their situation either. West Bromwich Albion, they're more or less safe. Well, they are safe, I think. So I'm going to go Sunderland 1, West Brom 1. 2 teams that really have nothing to play for. I mean, some people might call me stupid for that, but I just personally don't think that Sunderland are good enough, and I think they've more or less accepted that they're going down too. Oh God. Then we move to Arsenal versus Watford. Again, I have no right to say this because Arsenal have been a fucking joke, to be honest. Absolute fucking joke. But I'm going to go Arsenal 2, Watford 0 because just before the international break we played absolutely fantastic against Everton. It was the Arsenal that I know and love. You know, it was lovely. You know, passing movement and the build up for the goals were fantastic as well. I'd love to take that into the game tomorrow against Watford, but I know that Watford will play differently to Everton. But being at home, I'd like to see us, you know, score at least 2 goals, you know, against the likes of Watford. But I've got us down to win 2-0, guys. But I'm going to be honest with you, I can't see it. So you know, there you have it. Then we have Stoke versus Swansea. Obviously Stoke having that massive blow of losing Jack Butland against Germany. Massive blow. You know, he was a fantastic goalkeeper, and now they've lost that. Swansea, on the other hand, again, not had the season that we thought they were going to have. I tipped them for Europe. Nowhere near going to get that. I'm going to go for a boring 0-0. Boring game. Then we have 5:30 Liverpool versus Tottenham. Obviously Tottenham can still win the title. Obviously as an Arsenal fan I'm going to say, God, let's hope not, but I'm going to say that anyway. Liverpool can still get 4th as well, so this game is going to be quite interesting, to be honest, and because of that I'm actually going to go for a tight 1-1. I think both teams will have to defend properly. Both teams will have to be alert. And it's going to be one of those, 1-1. I'm going to go 1-1, yeah. One of those games where, you know, 2 teams do a bit of magical to score, but yeah, 1-1. Now we move on to Sunday's games, Leicester versus Southampton. Again, Southampton do play some good football. They can make it hard. Leicester can also make it harder. And being at Leicester, I'm going to go for a tight Leicester 1-0 win. And I think tomorrow, I think, even though it's not mathematically, but I think tomorrow, I think Leicester secure the title. I think Leicester, if they win tomorrow, I think Sunday, I think Leicester secure the title. And that's me being honest. And then we have the last game, which is Manchester United versus Everton. Always a lively game. But again, I'm going to go for a tight win to Manchester United, being at home. And the way Everton do defend, so I'm going to go Manchester United 2, Everton 1. So that has been my predictions for this week, guys. Sorry it's a bit rushed. I've been all over the place today. Had some family business I needed to take care of, so a bit muddled with my words and a bit rushed today. So I do apologise for that. So I'll see you next week for next week's predictions. Thank you for watching, guys.